ano ko ga multitask pa sige.
So, ano sa yung latest car diri sa Toyota sir? Latest na car?
Ang latest naman na car right now is dito all new Toyota Hilux. That's the pickup 4x2 and 4x4. Tapos we do have also the all new 2016 model of our Vios and the special TRD version or the Toyota Racing Development. And yung meron din tayo ng all new na Innova. That's
Okay, sir.
2016 nato na model. Innovation, redefine nila ang model. At the same time, the all new Fortuner 2016 natin. We do have na V-type na siya na V version namin in the high end.
Yes,
And
sir.
at the same time, yung engine niya is minor upgrade niya in 2.8 siya.
Sir. So, unsa may uniqueness ana para sa lain sir kanang lain na car sir? Unsa ang uniqueness ana niya sir?
Okay. Toyota itself, aside from being unique siya, guaranteed here sa Toyota na yung car namin is mga services namin is much more better. We can say it's much more better than when sa mga competitor namin.
Okay.
Just because tested and proven, I've been to Chevrolet also, na I've been an agent of Chevrolet also for the past few months. And at the same time, I've been to Japan, na ako nag-cater from different kind of cars, from the Nissan, the Toyota itself, tapos the Honda, the Mitsubishi, and also from the international brand like BMW and also Mercedes-Benz. But this kind of car, ang Toyota, we call it like a segment of car for people na the mid or the mid-range na mga people because we can there's konti lang na mga kind of Toyota cars na we can put it on the luxury. So we always cater to the middle family. Yan yung main ng Toyota. And at the same time, durability itself, yung ano namin, yung lahat ng parts namin is came from Japan. There are
Okay, sir.
cases that was been assembled lang sa Philippines like the Innova and Vios. From Japan is the RAV4, the Land Cruiser itself, the Alphard. Yan yung mga top of the line namin, the Prado. And dun sa Thailand is yun yung mga best namin like the Hilux, the Grandia.
Okay sir. So, unsa yung masuggest ninyo sir sa pang-single na car sir? Pang-single, pang-family o pang-couple na car sir?
Okay. For the single people, or let's say sa mga tao na we call it like the bachelor and the people na yung ano nila, yung mga income nila is only a typical Filipino normal na income, call center, mga sabihin natin like that, or the office na few years pa lang, I strongly recommend Wigo and Vios.
Okay sir.
Why? It's because it's good for the budget. Yung typical car namin on the Wigo itself, yung car namin is nasa mid-range ng 500 to 600,000, which is very reasonable na sa Philippine market na price. And also, maliit lang siya. At the same time, yung engine niya is 1.0.
Okay sir.
Yung 1.0 itself, if people walang silang idea, yan yung tinatawag na pinaka-fuel efficiency niya. The higher your engine is, the bigger ang fuel consumption is. So, yung Wigo is 1.0 lang yung engine niya. Ibig sabihin, long mileage sa fuel consumption niya.
Okay sir.
So, going up tayo sa tinatawag niyo naman on
Family?
family type. Sa family type namin, we do have the Innova.
Innova,
Yung
sir.
Innova, tinatawag talaga yan na parang typical Filipino car. Kasi sa kanyang price na 1 million, now within 900 to 1.2 million and even higher to 1.4, which is actually our variant na yan na mga high-end,
Yes sir.
siya yung consult na typical 7 na before, the previous namin is the 7 mid-size na body or the Filipino body. But right now, it come up na siya ngayon up to 8 and to the maximum of 9. So, okay siya ang typical car. We call it like the vehicle namin, multi-purpose vehicle, and others say it's the all-purpose vehicle siya. And second is the Fortuner. Yung Fortuner namin, we are proudly to say that every time that we even change and yung ginano namin, we define yung specs and yung kanyang mga features,
Yes sir.
patok pa rin siya sa tao is because nandyan yung factor ng Fortune, not only by name,
Yes sir.
but also ang iyang credibility na durability siya na car. At the same time, sa bigger size niya, still, ikumpara mo sa kanyang mga competitor, he's still one of the fuel efficient car.
Okay sir. So, So, sa cancer, couple, sir. Suggest as couple.
Sa couple, we can say na all of our car naman is actually for the couple.
Okay,
Whether you're going to go it for the smallest or to the biggest, it's always ang amin na market dito is ano ang imong needs. First, what's your need? Second, it pasok pa sa budget mo. And the third is where is the location of your house. For example, if you're in Bukidnon and your house is medyo roughly, so definitely we would not going to recommend you to get a smaller car like the Wigo and the Vios. Most preferably, people are going to go with the Hilux sa 4x4 or even cars na mga bigger size that can capable of going to the rough road. This is 4x4. Ayun.
Sir, mga tip lang, sir, kung saan pag-sell car, sir.
Okay, sure. Selling a car is not as easy as 1, 2, 3. Always remember na yung pumupunta dito ng mga tao, they also considered competitor cars. So, how can you make Toyota edge from the other car? Yan yung mostly you're going to put it on yourself. First, yung Toyota, yung kanyang factor. Our service, you can see it. Kami ang meron dito na tinatawag namin is express 1 hour lang. Within 1 hour, yung maintenance mo is matatapos yan. Depende on your concern lang. And kami ang pinakamalaki anywhere you go in the Philippines. If you're going to ask and talk about Toyota, kami pinakamalaking space is because we're not just only dedicated to the showroom but also the after sale. What is after sale? Yan yung ano mangyayari sa car mo after you use the car. For example, na-pump ang car mo or either na may nangyari sa iyo on the long run. So, ang services namin can cater more than 100 cars. Unlike with our competitor is minimal. So, even hindi ka nakapag tinatawag yan, reserve or kumbaga nakapa-inline on their services, although dami yan, ganun kasi yung Toyota, but still we can priority your concern is because ang mga tao namin dito is marami. And also, parts namin is hindi kamahalan compared with the other car. Toyota itself is tested and proven because this is the first car company that came up here in the Philippines way back 1989. So sila yung pinakauna nag-put up na siya. That's why nandyan na yung factor ng Toyota, not just only in Philippines but all around the world na tested and proven by the people. You can see it everywhere in the road. What kind of car na ginagamit as PUV or public utility vehicle? That's Vios. And either po sa mga airport car, that's the Commuter and Grandia. You can see also other competitors. We cannot deny the fact that. Pero, tinatanong iba, yung Toyota naging common and generic. It's really true. It's because people trust the company. They will not going to buy that car. They will not going to invest their money. It's because of the thing lang that they don't have choice. They do have a choice actually. Anywhere you're going to go, there's a lot of showroom. There's a lot of car company. But Toyota built a name of tinatawag nga safety, durability, and sustainable car.
So, sa pag-sell car, sir, kana pong mag-gan ka sa mga engine, sir, sa mga parts po niya, sir?
Yes, engine itself. Yung engine, there are lots of factor that people or customer come here to us with the engine. Kasi yung engine, yan yung tinatawag natin na ano ang capacity ng isang car eh. The higher or the lower yung kanyang ng horsepower, ang kanyang displacement. Here sa Toyota, we maintain as much as possible na yung kanyang horsepower at saka yung displacement, for example, the 1.0, 1.3, 1.5, 2.0, and the rest will go on. Kay kung ano kalaki yung car, we as much as possible na nilalagay namin on at itong ID ka nang wala din check ko po ang copy ko dili lang gid ang copy ko ba kay isa manok at itong daghan ko na copy sa iya ba nang
next time di alam mo butang ha pag-attach ka ID
sige diwa ka di
isa na ka-ID basta balag isa na ka-ID basta nakabutang ka sa OR, ID, CRN, regular ha
sige thank you pa very good. Okay, sorry. So yan. So ang engine factor kasi there are a lot ng mga customer natin na very matili.
Yes, sir.
Yung tinitingnan nila sa isang kotse, not just only the design, the exterior, but also how can that car, sa practically speaking, yung gusto nila minsan is madali sila maka-overtake. Yung ganun yan. Kapag mag-boosted sila, kung gusto nila magpa-accelerate on their speed, is ano kabilis ang iyan na react sa kotse. Because there are case na 8 seconds bago yung ma-reach ang 80 kilometers per hour, which is very long. Sa mga sports car, that's only 3.2. So, typically, Toyota is not a sports car, but we can come up at least 5 to 5.5 seconds lang that we can already accelerate our car as much possible by 80 kilometers per hour. So, yan yung best ng mga engine. So, regarding with the engine, if you're going to ask, isa-isahin yan regarding with the car. Kasi, always remember, once you're going to sell a car, you're going to think also na meron kang competitor. So that competitor itself, syempre, ginawa niya din yung best niya na hindi lang mag-compete ang Toyota but to compete with the rest of the global car.
Okay, sir.
Ang Toyota, ginawa namin, most of it, nag-downgrade kami. Sa totoo lang, downgrade kami like the Hilux. Before it's 3.0 but right now it's 2.8. But the horsepower nag-increase. Aanhin namin yung malaking engine displacement, pero yung kanyang power is smaller, so it's useless. At the same time, kakaawa yung mga kliyente because they paying for their gasoline na sinusunog lang for nothing. So right now, let's say before the 3.0 na engine of a 4x4 na Hilux is just only 169 horsepower. Right now it's 2.8, smaller, but it's already came up to 174 horsepower, which is maliit yung kanyang engine. Yung fuel consumption niya is tumaas, tapos yung horsepower niya is nagdagdag ng at least 3 to 5 horsepower, which is good na yan sa isang factor na nag-increase ka even though nag-depreciate ka sa engine na kalakihan mo lang. So good yan siya. At saka at the same time, ang Hilux, let's say we just going to stick with Hilux para kaya there's a lot of cars. Ang Hilux na yung mga materials na ginamit niya, pinalighter a bit ng engineer na gumawa ng design is because at least ang car, it would be less stress siya. So ibig sabihin, syempre, kung let's think about literally, kung mabigat yung car mo, so ang takbo mo is medyo mabagal.
Yes, sir.
At the same time, ang kain ng gasolina mo is grabe.
Yes.
Kasi nagsistress ka, nagiging ka ng effort eh. While na pinagaan konti yung materials na ginawa, still on the same factor, pero pinagaan niya ang ginamit, matibay at pinagaan. Pero, at the same time, ang iyang horsepower, pina-increase pa. So what is the outcome? What is ang overall niya rating? Which is, mas mabilis siya than
Yes,
the
sir.
previous one. So yan yung
Thank you so much, sir.
walang problema. So, by the way, what's your name?